Alright, hello. We're going to be continuing with our lovely character here from Shadows of Brimstone. So we got this far on Thursday, so we're just continuing from now. This is kind of one which is closer to finished. There. And we're going to be getting this one up to the same speed. So, first of all, I'm going to try and make use of some of my paint that's still on here. Work it out. It's pretty thin. Needs to be better. Oh, I've got this the wrong way around. It's red on top, yellow on the bottom. There we go. So I'm going to go over that one with the yellows. I'm going to start off with a rather brown yellow, which is the scruffless brown. Put a little blob of that on. Get that one on the go now. You need a couple of coats over this one because I've got the red underneath now. Excuse me. The yellow sand has still been pretty bad around here in Japan. I've been out again a lot today with my daughter and later with my wife as well. And just being outside and getting a lot of air means that I'm also breathing in a lot of the yellow sand. So it's kind of messing with my sinuses and messing with my head a bit. It's got a wee headache, but nothing that a good bit of H2O won't help me out with. And a little bit of coffee. The coffee probably doesn't help. Hello there, Zombie Case. How's it going, man? Congratulations on getting your 5 termies done. And now starting on your Conrad Kurz. Face is looking cool. Hello there, Rascals. Hello there, Aspire. Oh, nice to see you all popping in. Okay, why is my chat not appearing on the screen there? Hold on a second. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. What's going on with my... What's going on with the lack of chat on screen? Something's going all funny like. Oh, yeah. Ah, I see. I have to have another lookie at that. Just a moment. Ugh. Sorry, I've just gotta go and sort out the authenticator on this thing. Was I in time? I think I was. Yay. Okay. Where's my chat bot? Not chat bot, go to my widgets, and I should have my my chat. Okay. And then copy. That's it. It is working across all of those things. It should be anyway. Let me just see if I can't fix this whole thing up. Okay, weird. Okay, let me just try and throw in a message, see if this is working or not. Hello. Okay, it's coming. Yeah, there we go. We're up and running now. We're up and running. Good, 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 good. No, that's all, folks. We're not finished. We're not finished. Oh, hold on a second. For some reason, it's just reset all my options as well. I don't want it to disappear. What's going on? Hide old messages? No, don't hide old messages. Oh, dearie, dearie. Show platform icon, yeah. Okay, that should be better. Okay. Right, now I've got to just update that one. And right, okay, that one should work now. I'm just going to do another hello. There we go. I've always said it. It's going to happen. It'll happen on... Yeah, it always happens live, right? Okay. There's always something. There's always something that throws off the beginning of a stream. Okay, that should now stay on the screen. Yeah, it is. Good, good, good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, nice. Because otherwise, I'm not going to see stuff that's coming in from YouTube. I might miss that stuff. So, yeah. I think we're okay. I think I'm all right. I think we'll survive. We should be okay. Oh dear. Anyway, how's everyone doing? What are you up to today? doing anything fun and exciting, other than helping me fix my chat. Shoot, what was I doing? Huh? Oh yeah, I was doing the eye sockets, wasn't I? That's what I was doing. Doing the eye lenses. Ooh, Hellboy 2. Nice. Love Hellboy. I love the Hellboy movies by Guillermo del Toro. I love pretty much anything by Guillermo del Toro though. Still chugging coffee. It's 10:15 here at night, and I'm chugging coffee too. Yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah, I've really I gotta finish off this commission because I've been dawdling through it. I really need to get it just done. I've got a new video out today. I was quite happy to get that one out because it's been a while. I've been again, I kind of been sitting on my hands on doing a lot of stuff, and I was like, okay, no, this video has got to be made because I've got no motivation for the edit right now because I left it so long. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit down, slog through the edit, get it done. Yeah, got it done. It's out, so I'm like, oh, good. That's one off my chest. Now I can think about doing some other videos once I get some time to do that. That'd be cool. Hello there, TC Sam. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's only really the beginning of this model. This is one which is kind of done. If I don't drop him, which is this fella here. And so yeah, we're just working on the eyes next at the moment on this other one. These are not the normal type of minis that I would paint, but they're fun to do. They're kind of cool. Now, what was my next bit that I was going to do? I've got to work through some of the browns on this, I believe. So we should try and do that. So I've got the Scrofulous brown on my palette here. I want to get the leather brown back on there again. And then the other one, it will be mixed in with white with that. Okay, so let's just take a little bit of Scrofulous, mix that in with the other brown there. It makes a nice lightish brown, a bit more of the other brown. There we go. That makes it into an umber brown almost, which is kind of nice. Oh, we're going to be working on your Predator print. Ooh, nice. Oh, very cool, very cool. That should look lovely. What, how are you going to be doing your Predator? I'm guessing it's the Predator from the movie Predator, not a Predator tank. Any particular way you're going to be painting it? strange. I've gone down to one viewer suddenly. Is everything okay on stream? Let me just double check my Twitch. Make sure I'm doing okay. Oh, I seem to be on okay. That's alright. Let's go to my stream manager, make sure I'm on there. Yeah, apparently I only have one viewer. That seems a little odd that everyone's just disappeared. Hope everything's okay. Was it something I said? Adding a little bit of volume into these belts and things. Very odd. Something happened to my stream. Is it just suddenly gone very quiet when we started to get moving? I don't know. Weird. Very strange. Wondering if it got cut out or something. Oh. I keep on getting these messages from, I think, people impersonating other streamers, which is really annoying. This one is for a specific game. Yeah, this one's from Shadow of Brimstone. I'm doing this as a commission at the moment. But yeah, the Shadows of Brimstone has a kind of like a very wide-ranging kind of selection of models, going from like historical models to very fantasy-esque models and things. So I've got there was a few Vikings I had to paint, and some conquistadors, some vampiric conquistadors, and these guys are like World War I alien, trench warfare aliens, which is kind of like a curious design. What else do we have? Oh yeah, I did a bunch of feudal Japanese characters as well from the series. They were quite fun. sorry, Oda TV. Yeah, some of the other models that I was painting for this series was the Japanese ones. Oh, they're kind of stuck behind my dragon. Here we go. I can grab one of them. This is the closest one. Just a random one for you. This is the Japanese ones. I've got this kind of aquabacia samurai. So yeah, they were kind of fun to paint. They were kind of cool. Nice series. Pretty cool models. Right, I'm going to take now some of the white that I had, just mix it with a load of the brown. This one's just now going to be a paler leather brown. Maybe a bit more actual brown in there. Don't need to go too light, not yet anyway. It's a lovely chocolatey colour. Gives a little bit of variation to some of the leather we've got working on these models, rather than just always the same shades of brown. I'm just kind of mixing it up just a touch, just to kind of like throw your eye off of the fact that it looks very similar, but it's not the same. Lighter brown. Oh, hello there, Cthulhu. How are you doing? I hope you are very well. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, I'm pretty good, thank you. Just kind of dealing with the right now we've got the yellow sand coming in from China into Japan, and it's just kind of doing all sorts to everyone's respiratory systems. So whenever I go outside, I kind of get a really runny nose and a bit of a headache, but other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Trying to stay as healthy as I can, and getting on with some painting. Doing a lot of Blender work as well lately. It's been kind of fun. I like learning Blender. Doing some sculpting and designing. It's been quite fun. Kind of doing that to be able to try and do an Infinity Battle report, which is going to be all animated as well. So we're going to work on a kind of like a Blender animation. Should be kind of interesting. I don't know how long it's going to take me though. It's probably going to take me forever to make it, but at the moment the motivation is there to do it, and I'm enjoying learning stuff as I go. So that's all good. What have you been painting lately? getting there. Alright, let's jump into doing a bit of the all the buttons that we've got going on, and the gun. We can maybe get on with those and the little bit of metal that's strapped around there. That'd be kind of good. Thank you. I mean, these are kind of fun models to paint. This one is the one that I've kind of finished earlier. And we're kind of getting this one up to speed on this side as well. And it's kind of fun. They're pretty cool models. I think I did 5 of them before on commission, and this is the continuation of the commission with some new ones that came and arrived. All the buttons. We'll do the sword later. The sword is going to be a special case. We're going to take some time on the sword, I think. If you're supposed to have connectors and stuff down there. Oh well. It's weird. Kind of a weird one, this one. A bit more white. Mix that into the grey that we got. Maybe the next shade down that we use. Done the gun yet, actually. So let's come later. Maybe when we do the sword, I'll do the gun then. Got the belt buckle as well. Eek. There's so many things that I've forgotten. Right. Oh, looks like we're back up to our numbers again. Alright, we get a bit more white in there. Keep moving on up with the shades of grey. Bit of that shine in there if we can. And mark out all of these little buttons with a little bit of a glow, a little bit of a shine. Hopefully they look alright. Put that there, put that there. All a little popping. see that bell shining through there. Just trying to capture a little bit of the mask as well. Not too much. I'm not getting too much. Okay, we'll move up again into almost white with the grey. Let's just keep moving up that way. On the buttons now, and he's coming together slowly but surely. He is, or she is, sorry. I imagine it's a she, even though it's an alien. She does have testicles. Okay, right, next. The next bit I want to do is probably, let's get the head looking right. And there's all the piping that's going around the body there, so let's just get that in black. Too dry. Get some new black. Sorry for the shake. I'm going to need a new wet palette paper soon. There we go. It's easier for me. And the black. Make sure I get all of those areas that I need to. Decide what colour I'm going to do the shirt underneath the jacket. That's another thing. Unless that's just the chest, actually. So I think, actually, I'm going to do that all pink. Woohoo! Let's get in there. My pink is kind of dried. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this, certainly for this delicate work. Okay, I guess a bit more of that pink in there. Right, for this one now, for the pink, what we're going to do is we're going to throw down a purple wash. So we use one of my cheapy brushes for that. Get in there. There we go. Okay. And a bit more in there. Right, there's a bit of this is going to be hair, so we're going to be repainting over a lot of this bit, but we'll just kind of get it in there anyway for now. We're going to paint up the skin tones first, and then we'll add the hair. Just that should make things a bit easier. I'll have to clean up some of my messiness there. Okay. Next, I'm going to get some orange. We're going to do the eyes. So for the eyes, we're going to be using orange and a yellow. And then we go in with a little bit of the white to poke it in, and then we put in a fluorescent yellow right in the center. Really kind of make it pop if we can. Alright, so first with the orange, I'll throw down a little bit of that orange there. I'm going to grab a little bit of that red, mix it in, get a nice reddish orange there. We'll do the eye. Do the eyes here, hopefully that stays in focus. We're just kind of spotting the eyes there. Just bring it up a level, leaving a little bit of that red underneath. Okay. Then we go up again. We're going to do the pure orange. More focused around the center. You can still see it growing out to that red still. There's still a bit of that red in there, just kind of giving it that glow effect. So next, I'm going to go up to yellow. Oh, actually, you know what? I think what we used last time is a bit of the scrufulous brown. Mix those two together, make a nice light orange. go. It's getting nice and lighter. So then I just do just scrofulous brown. It's kind of like a very, it's like a mustardy yellow, so it's kind of fairly close to this orange. It's moving us closer into the yellow spectrum. So we're getting that glow there. It's looking kind of nice. Now, this is where we get a touch of our white. And very carefully, I hope, spot these areas. Oops. So, we've got these pinpoints of white, but we don't want them to be white, we want it still to be yellow. So, I'm getting a bit of a fluorescent yellow here. Give it a good old shake. Fluorescent paints really need a good shake. This one is a particularly good one. My orange really needs shaking, it's crazy. Get a dab of that, and then we're going to put it over the white. Then got these nice glowing eyes, and the fluorescent yellow really helps with selling the effect of these kind of this glowing, fiery eyes behind the lenses, or something of fire behind the lenses. Right, when we go, let's see. I'm done with you for the moment. I'm done with you for the moment. Let's get our pink and our rosé. And we'll just top up a little bit of this. Once we've done this part here, I think we're going to refresh our wet palette because it is getting a little bit full. Could do with a bit more moisture on there as well. So, let's take a touch of the pink. I'm going to re-highlight some of the skin here. Keeping some of that wash that we've just put in, that can stay in there to give us the depth. We'll just add a little bit of the pink back in, bring those colours back up again. Go. Then we'll bring it up with a rose as well. That's the last highlight for this skin. This is how I would paint my jeans to the colour if I had one. Alright, there we go. The skin's kind of looking a little bit better now. Starting to come together. And as it comes together, yeah, I'm getting pretty happy with that. I'm going to add in the hair as well. So, with the hair, depends what colour we're going to be painting the hair. I'm wondering about, what did I do for my previous ones? I did a kind of a green for one of them. I don't want to do green again, I don't like the green so much. I'm wondering about maybe we go with a kind of a cold blue. Cold blue or a warm purple? Warm purple? Ooh, I don't know. This is where I get that deer in the headlights moment where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with it. Oh well, let's just paint it a colour and see what happens. So yeah, let's go. I'm just going to go in with black anyway, just to kind of mark out the area, and then we can work up from there and maybe add some colour in if we want to. Start off with a very obvious bit, which is that. Get the hair down a little bit. I just realised it said dirt. Thank you. Before I was trying to look at it, it looked like TV from the position I was looking at. I was like, oh, duh, TV, what was that? Kind of like that. It's looking actually kind of cool. See some of the skin there. That black there, that's kind of actually tied together quite nicely. I quite like the black. You just gotta work on just make it kind of shine like hair a little bit, and then I think we're kind of good. So we will build in a little bit of blue into the hair, but not much. Just to give it that kind of clean sheen kind of look to it. And then I think we're going to be looking pretty good. Grey. Definitely need to work in a little bit of the blue. So I'm going to take a touch of this blue, literally a touch, mix it into the next grey that I'm doing, so that we can kind of see a bit of a grey come through, a bit of a blue come through the grey. in there, mix that one in. Not the pure white, but we've got still a little bit of that grey in there. It's kind of like that All-for-One grey, kind of bluish grey that's going on here. Just done that, and we're gonna just top out some of that hair shine. Okay, that's the kind of look at the moment. I don't like the grey hair actually. That'll be alright, I think. I think that'll be okay. I'm not going to do it any other kind of colour. Okay, so I've got those parts done there. Let's just get a little bit more of that red onto the backpack there. Then what we want to do is get a bit of this red mixed in. Get nice in between. And we're going to just put this one into the canister on the back here. Shoulder ruffles. I don't know what these things are called, but the things that are on the shoulders. Okay, let's move that up to just this scarlet red. Okay. Okay, we've got those reds in there. We're going to bring in just a regular yellow, just for this, the little strings that are hanging down on his shoulder pads there. Fine brush for this one. Try and get some decent control out of it. bit more, I think. There we go. So we're building up some of the layers of the of the little tassel things that are coming down, and it's coming up pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with where that is right now. Okay. Right, we've got the sword and we've also got the scabbard here. Scabbard I did in a kind of a bluey purple, cool purple. So we're going to be doing a cool purple for that part there. And then the sword is done in just kind of grayscale pretty much. So the grayscale part we can do with this here. Sword coated in black. Hello there, FX. Oh, no, yeah, I streamed today. It's the Saturday. How are you doing? You didn't really miss much. There was a bit of me faffing around trying to figure out what's wrong with my stream chat for a bit, and now I've just been working on this this character that we were doing on Thursday. So I've done a little bit more on him. Whoa! Oh, good luck. That's a tough one to try, but yeah, give it a go. It's all about contrast. Go from a very dark color, very dark brown, up to ivory. Kind of like work through to a kind of a yellow, up to an ivory. Yes, they do. Shall I do a quick demonstration? Actually, I've got to change over my wet palette anyway, so that would be good. Now, actually, you are not missing any brown. Brown is a mixture of if you mix your black and your white and your orange, you got a nice brown right there. So yeah, you're not actually missing browns. Browns is something that you can make yourself with that set. So I'll show you. I'll show you how I do that. But yeah, I've done some NMM gold with that set. It's been quite bright as well. I was quite pleased with how it came out. No, I'm happy to do it. I need to reset my palette anyway, and it's kind of like a fun test as well for me, because this is something I want to do in a video. Is do a kind of a YouTube video sometime on that AK paint set and why I like it so much and how versatile it is. So let's pull out our test model, our kind of like let's try out all different things on it model, and continue building on it. But no, I'm happy to go over this because it's kind of fun. I like NMM, and if anyone else finds it useful on the stream, then it's definitely worth it. So let's see here. We're going to put down a new wet palette. There we go. So the thing about NMM as well, and NMM Gold or any other NMM, is that you can kind of play around with the different colors to create different effects as well. But let's just go with a basic one, a fairly simple one. So I think what we're going to need to use is, let's try and keep it to a minimum number of colors. Okay, I'm going to keep it a nice bright, what am I saying? Nice bright gold. So I'm going to use these four. We've got black, we've got orange, we've got yellow, and we've got white. And we're going to be using these to make our NMM gold. Okay, it's going to be a fairly bright gold, a nice shiny gold, I think. So we'll see how this one comes out. So I use my black and my white to desaturate, to darken, and to lighten. They're kind of the three things that I use the whites and the blacks for. So we're going to put down a little bit of black, a little bit of white. There we go. And the orange and the yellow. The orange is going to be what gives us our brown. We're going to work up through that, and then the yellow gives us a nice shine for the gold as well. So that these four, we're going to start mixing and making up a color for them. So let's find another little spot here that's going to be good for our NMM effect. And you know what's kind of good is we could do the trim for the shoulder pad. Could be quite good for that. So let's have a go at doing that. Right, I'm going to get my brush here. So first of all, what we need is we're going to be needing a brown. So I'm going to take our orange there. It's a bit bright on the screen, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to mix in a bit of black. Now you'll see just a tiny bit of black and it gets really murky and dark. I'll pull that down there. I think it's kind of, yeah, really murky and dark. You know what, I can put this over here so you can really see it. So it's, let's move out of the way. Move. There we go. So yeah, you can see it's kind of really murky and dark. So we're getting a little bit more orange. Okay, and we've kind of got our brown. Okay, we've got our starter brown. So let's go with that. All right, and we're gonna just do most of the trim like this, to be honest. So I'm gonna get in there. I'm just gonna do the trim of this shoulder pad, all in this dark brown that we've just made. And that's going to be the start for our NMM gold. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work up lighter and lighter colors in smaller and smaller areas to create the kind of the shine effect that you want from NMM. So I'm just going to, first of all, we'll just do the trim here because like small surface areas like this thin one here is kind of a nice easy one to get started with when doing NMM, because you have less reflections to think about and how it will reflect. You can just do it in simple lines, whereas the whole shoulder pad with its kind of curves makes it very difficult to figure out where the light is going to shine and things like that. It gets really tricky. But there we go, we got a little bit of a start there. Okay, so I'm going to work in maybe a little bit more orange. Make it a little bit lighter there, and there we go. We've got kind of like a bit more of an orangey brown. This is going to be my next step up. So I'm going to imagine there's going to be a shine here. So I'm going to do a fairly wide coverage of this particular brown, just like that. So it's like falling in from the dark brown into the lighter brown. I'm going to have another shine of it just up there. This one's going to be a bit smaller. It's also good not to make this too formulaic, so you kind of, I'll do a little bit on the corner there. Okay, and we'll get one more on this top curve here. Okay, so we've started to build these little shines, and at the moment they're still very dark, so we'll keep on working that one up. Again, some more orange. We'll keep working this up. I don't need to go pure orange. Pure orange will get you a more bronzy kind of look than a gold look. So you can kind of experiment with how much of which color you're going to use. But we'll work that one in now, and you'll see there's an orange glow. So we're kind of going a little bit bronzy with it at the moment. And again, just that smaller area there, and it's starting to create that kind of shine effect without actually being a shine. It's being a matte painting, which is just creating the illusion of a reflection. So we'll get in a little bit of that one there on the corner, and there you can start to see it looks like there's a shine building. And then we'll get it on there as well. And you notice I'm still pulling my brush in one direction, and then go to the other side and do the same, pulling it to the center, because then I get that smooth transition from the dark to the light. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do any more orange, because otherwise we're going to go to bronze. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of the yellow now. I'm going to start to bring in the yellow, so we go a bit lighter with that. It kind of creates this very kind of light muddy brown. So we'll do that one next. And again, smaller areas, each time getting smaller and smaller. Just catch a little bit there. Top. So again, we're starting to see that kind of transition build, and it's starting to look like a metallic. Steady. I don't have particularly steady hands. My hands do shake a little bit. Seem pretty steady at the moment, it seems. But even then I still shake a bit, but it's all about anchors. As many anchors as possible, like this sticks into the hand there, and then the more anchors you have, like the more you touch the model or the handle, the more surface area you're touching with your hands, the smoother you can get your movement there. So yeah, you can do the edge highlights as well, but I tend to do that near the end, once I got the base flows down. But yeah, you can definitely do the edge highlighting as well. Okay, I'm just going to move up to a lighter yellow now. This is going to be a pretty bright yellow. So this is going to be a fairly light NMM. Don't want to go too heavy on the yellow, but this is what's going to hopefully sell it as gold. At the moment it's not going to look particularly like gold. It's going to have this sudden yellow in there at the moment, which is going to be a bit strong. Could probably actually lighten that a little bit more. at this point, might be a good point to actually do some of that edge highlighting as well. So you can start to build in the edge highlights with this lighter colour. The yellow and the black, well, let's show you what the yellow and the black would look like. Generally the oranges, the most browns are in the kind of the orange spectrum. I'm just gonna, there you go, and just edge highlight a little bit there. So now we've got now we're hitting the lighter colours. Now I'm going to bother with doing that kind of edge highlight that you were talking about. That's where this one comes in now. I have to clean up the bottom of that a little bit. It's a bit mucky. You try to use the edge of the brush as best you can. Not the point. It's kind of difficult sometimes to get it just right. Especially this old sculpt doesn't quite have the definition I want it to. Kind of rolls in. So you're starting to see something that looks a little bit like gold. Now, oh fantastic. Then we're going to start building in the white now. This is where we start moving towards our peak highlights. So we get this very pale yellow now. And that's again a smaller area inside the yellow that we've placed. Can hit some of those edge highlights now, like that, because wherever 2 points meet, it's going to reflect more light than any kind of flat surface does. So that's where we do that extra edge highlight there. You don't have to go all the way around. If you go all the way around, it doesn't look real. So you do want it. You want it to cover a kind of a longer surface area than the flat area, but it doesn't have to go all the way. Just remember that. Sometimes it can be very tempting just to go all the way, and it's not always the best thing to do. Go. You can see that it's looking kind of cool there, like a nice kind of gold. Okay, then we go up to pretty much, you don't have to go all the way up to pure white. I would just keep a little bit of that yellow in there, just so it's not completely pure white, but we're getting very close. We're basically creating an ivory now, and this is where we put in those very bright highlights. So that's the last kind of little area that we have there. Hit some of those edges. Again, don't have to hit them all, but it's going to spread out a little bit more on the edge than it is on the flat. Maybe a little bit on the corner there, a little bit up there. This one especially because it's facing up. And a little bit on that edge there. Okay. And we kind of got a gold trim going around. What do you mean? It's years of kind of doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and it's still not perfect, but I'm getting better at it, and I can do it faster than I ever used to. It used to take me hours just to do this. Last bit I'm going to do just pure white, just a teensy bit there, just to really push it. The important thing about NMM, most important thing is you've got to keep contrast, lots and lots of contrast. So you need to go from the light to the dark quite suddenly and get those transitions as smooth as possible. And then you play with fire. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Gold trim done in what, 10 minutes? But yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, that's all done with that AK set, that basic paint set. This is why I say, like, I love buying paints. I love getting lots of different paints of different companies, but once you figure out some basic color theory and you understand how different colors are formed from all the base colors that you need, that AK paint set is all you'd ever need to get some really beautiful results and things. But yeah, let's show you what the what yellow and black would do when you mix them together. So we take that yellow, just take a touch of black, because again, you don't need much black mixed in, and yellow is going to be completely thrown from it. So you'll see it kind of goes into this kind of greeny dull color. It's this will be used for some NMMs, some NMM gold, but it's kind of like that more kind of greenish gold that you'll go for when you just use pure yellow with that. But if you want to go with that particularly kind of shiny looking gold, you'll see what sells it is this. There's this little bit here, whereas there's a bit of orange going into the browns to make these warm browns here. That's kind of the important thing. Man, I didn't know anything about colors, and it's just through painting and enjoying it and having fun and then like discovering new things when I've started mixing things on my palette, and then also help with watching videos and stuff of people who do understand this kind of stuff and starting to pick up some of it. And you kind of get an idea of like, okay, you know, like thinking about color temperature, understanding how certain colors interact with one another, why they make certain colors when they are mixed, and the surprising colors you can make, and how blacks and whites will desaturate or brighten or darken and things like that. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. It was kind of ended up being a kind of a quick edit because I was getting frustrated with that video. It's been sitting on my to-do list for too long, and I was like, I gotta get this thing out today. So I just kind of sat down and did it. When I was in my mind, I was like, all I want to do right now is play around in Blender. But I was like, I gotta get that video. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's your quick guide to NMM gold. The most important thing is, yeah, building contrast. Start off very dark, work up to the light. Try to keep each of those transitions there as much as possible. And once you have this technique down, or at least once you're starting to have fun with this technique and playing around with this technique, you can then start messing around with all kinds of colors. Like, you can do this with blue, you can do this with yellows, you can do this with you can do it with pure oranges to make a bronze kind of look to it. You can do it with blues into grays, into the grayscale to do kind of silvers and stuff like that. It's really fun. Anyway, that's that's my little tutorial for today. Hope you enjoyed. Let's get back to El Dude here. So now I've actually got these colours on the palette, which is lovely. I'm gonna get a little turquoise on, and we're gonna do the sword. And the sword is gonna be a similarly NMM style. So for this one, we're using black, white, and turquoise. So initially, I'm gonna be using just the black and the white. I'm going to mix some of that together, make a nice dark grey, and then I'm going to do a shine there. That means a shine bottom there. Shine down there. You're not going to see the shine yet, we're just kind of building in that first initial layer though. Bit on the top there, going down the bottom there. A bit more white, mix that one in. Ah, yeah, he does look a bit like a boy. She looks like, it's actually a she. She's got chesticles. But yeah, it does look a bit like a Borderlands-y type of kind of character, isn't it? And it's kind of the brightness as well kind of does it a bit, which is kind of cool. Yeah, the brightness is good for that. Yeah, Borderlands models would be kind of fun to paint. I'm sure there was like a Borderlands miniatures game on Kickstarter or something somewhere that probably came out and had some cool minis in it, but I don't know. I will be getting, I am still looking forward to getting the Apex Legends Kickstarter. I'm sure my wife will flip a lid when she sees how big the bloody box is for that. And then I've also got that red grass light to come as well. Oh dear, too many things. And now I'm kind of seeing Warcrow and I'm like, oh, Warcrow's looking really good. I kind of want that starter set as well, but I'm gonna have to hold on and save the pennies for that one. Yeah, it's a really cool game. I've already played it. It's great. It's a great game. Right, we're gonna mix in some of this turquoise now. It's a bit too much. I really want it to be desaturated down. So mix in a little bit of that, a little bit more black. There we go. Now it's more of a greyish colour, but there's a little bit of turquoise in there. That's going to help with selling this kind of metal effect. So get a bit in there. Okay, now we get a little bit of white, we're going to go a little bit lighter, still pull in a little bit of that turquoise, give it a little bit of a bluish sheen. Work this one in now. There we go. The sculpt on this has kind of a really thick sword. It's more of a club than a sword because of the plastic that they make it from. Can't be too thin. Now we start working on those edges. Try and sell the effect that there's an edge there. Starting to build up. Again, we'll take some white, mix that one in. Now we're getting to the top highlights, the upper highlights.
And there we go, we've got kind of basic sword on the go. Sorry for my sniffles. It's kind of a weird sculpt, to be honest, on the sword. But alas, we will live with that. It depends on the client. It very much depends on the client. Some clients are like, I want this done purely in NMM, or I want this one done in metallics, and I want this one darker. Can it be a little bit more grim or something like that? Like when I was doing the Adeptus Custodes, there was a particular way he wanted it done, so I would do update photos so he could see where it was at, and then it was like, oh yeah, that's the way I want it, or no, a little bit darker or a little bit lighter, and he could kind of decide that way. I'm very lucky with this particular client, is kind of like, do it as, you know, similar to the box art, but you're free to kind of make decisions yourself. And then I just send update photos from time to time, like, okay, this is what I've painted so far, if there's any changes you want, just let me know. I'm happy to just go in and make some changes. And but most of the time he's pretty happy with what I've decided already. But again, depends on the person. Everyone is different, but as long as the messaging is clear from the beginning, then there doesn't seem to be any problems. Yeah, I think when I did the Scythe miniatures, that one was very specifically wanted like the art on the cards. So I literally did it as the art on the cards, and I actually made a video on approaching painting miniatures like the box art. And I kind of showed how I tried to emulate the Scythe approach a little bit, get into the thinking of that. It was kind of cool. Yes, I do. I think it's painting Scythe minis like the artwork, I think it's called, or something like that. Oh yeah. It's I enjoyed painting them. But yeah, I can. Let me see if I got the. See if I can grab the link for it. Ooh. YouTube Studio. Where's me? Where's that Scythe video? It's a while ago now. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me get my shareable link. I'll drop it in the chat here. Bonk. There you go. That'll be the link to it. So yeah. You know, that was actually something with that. I've never really painted many animals, and so that was a challenge in that particular one of like, how do I approach the fur? How do I do that? There's actually a model I've got that I one day want to get round to painting. If I very carefully pick him up. Ugh. It's kind of like a beast man minotaur thing. That will be an exciting one to try and paint with a rhino. So there's like all sorts of different fur and hide and things. So this is something that's completely outside of my wheelhouse. So it'll be kind of like a good challenge to try and paint this thing. Yeah, this one's a pretty cool model. I gotta add on a little. I gotta sculpt a little bit down here just to finish off the mold line problems. This was like the hardest miniature I've ever had to put together. You can see with all of the filler that I've had to put in, and oh my god, the shape of it was all off and everything. It was, oh god, it was horrible. It was horrible, I say. But I kind of got it all put together. I'm kind of like, whoo, he's put together. But I haven't had the motivation yet to paint him. It's I think it's from Zealot Miniatures, which is, I think it's a British company. They have a whole range of minotaurs that they do. They're really cool, really cool. But that model in particular is just the size of it. I think like some of the resin molds of it don't go together totally brilliantly, so it's a bit of a pain. Oh man, it's freaking nuts, right? Don't even get me started on that. There's always a stream where I go a bit down the rabbit hole of politics, and I'm like, nah, I gotta stay away from that stuff. He's not good. England's England, isn't it? England's so silly in many ways. Yeah. You get kind of screwed pretty hard there now. Oof. That's nasty. Yes, yeah. And just generally, everything about these brushes is so much nicer. I can't stand painting with synthetics. There are other, like, there's professional painters who just do synthetics. I think what's his name? Oh, I've got his face in my head. The guy who's Sam Lenz. Sam Lenz pretty much just buys like the dollar store synthetic brushes, and we'll do a project just with those brushes and then chuck the brush away. Just like constantly chucking brushes away and taking a new one as soon as it's in no good condition. It means he doesn't have to bother with cleaning and things, so he just buys like tons of dollar store brushes and goes at it with them. Just goes through them and destroys them, making his projects. Yeah, I got. Sorry, I was just reading back on some of the things. Yeah, I have so many nice miniatures just lying around. Yeah, kind of. I got like my back table is just kind of covered in minis at the moment, of all the stuff that I haven't done, along with some things that have been done. I do have to. Yeah, I'm in no position to want for minis. I've got plenty to keep me occupied, and the speed I go at them as well is why I have so many, I think. Yeah, that's the way it goes, right? I really don't buy anything anymore. I haven't. The only mini that I've bought is Angron in recent times at the moment, because when I got Tag Raid, I was like, I don't need minis right now. Do not need minis at all. But that's when also Corvus Belli started sending me stuff. So they sent me N Song with a whole bunch of minis. They sent me Ren Racers, which I'm not going to paint Ren Racers, to be honest. I don't think I'll get around to painting those Rems. But it's a fun game. And then now they sent me Torchlight Brigade, and I'm like, I really got to paint Torchlight Brigade. I'm really keen on getting Torchlight Brigade on the table and playing around with them, and maybe doing a battle report or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, I don't think I need Orchid Light. I'm just going to mix in a little bit of white into this purple and make a kind of my own Orchid Light. There we go. I may well buy some minis though. We're going to be hitting the World's Mini Fair, coming to the Volks in Osaka. And usually they'll do a mystery bag. So you can pay, like, I guess the equivalent of about $100, and you get $200 of display miniatures in the bag. Or you can get the $200 one and get $400 worth of display miniatures in the bag with like the larger, nicer sets. That was where I had that tier at that what's it, the bust of tier. Yeah, no, there's it's lovely if you get into like this is like the display miniature stuff, so like busts and larger scale minis and things. So that's like my Lady of the Lake that is not finished yet, but has been sitting at the back here waiting to be finished. That's this lady here. So this is like a display mini, not for games, just for art purposes. So you take your time on these ones. But I've still got a long way to go with her. I haven't touched her for months. I think almost a year. There's too many other things going on. Yeah. No, it's nice. It's nice. But yeah, no, it's like more of the scale size and things like that. Yeah, if you're into painting, then the display stuff is lovely. Like getting like a nice big model is so much fun. Like so that like the face is like this size. So I've got the other piece of Tier's head somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. I don't have any busts at the moment. They're all in England. All the busts I painted have gone back to England with my parents. Kind of presents for them. But I do like doing busts. They're really fun. So I wouldn't mind getting one soon. Okay. I think we're kind of close to done with this one. We've got to do the gun. So let's get the gun done. Oh, right, like the like getting the tags. I enjoyed painting the tags from Tag Raid, but I really also enjoyed doing the Sphinx. It was a particularly fun model to paint. Yeah, tags are fun. You find the tag that you like as well. I've got the Maggie as well. I haven't painted that one. That one's sitting in a drawer at the moment. I'm just like, no. One day. She's a biggie. Yeah. No, oh yeah. Oh, it kind of does still take up a lot of space actually once you set out all the tiles and things. I'm definitely interested in Warcrow because that one's going to be a 3-foot by 3-foot game, which is a much easier game to set up for things. And I think also even on a smaller scale than that, Infinity doesn't really work. Like they've got like the starter sets for Infinity where you do it on a smaller table, but it just doesn't really work in that smaller table size. Whereas Warcrow, I think, with small skirmishes, you can still get away with like a smaller table size, and it still kind of would play very well, I think. So I'm really interested in Warcrow. Plus, also the minis look amazing. The metal minis in the starter set look absolutely phenomenal. Love the orcs and I love the humans. They both look fantastic. Yes, that's right. That's right. Warcrow's going to be their fantasy game, which yeah, I'm all into that. That'll be kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's kind of bright on my screen here. So hold on a second. Let me just try and fiddle this down a little bit. Maybe that's a bit better. There we go. Bit better for the colours and things like that. Okay. Excuse my sniffing. It's my sinuses at the moment are pretty messed up. All right. I think we're kind of there with these two. I think we're looking good. So I think what we're going to do is I've got all my tag raid to base as well, and it's basically going to be the same colours. So yeah. So we're going to go and just do the basing right now. So for that, I'm going to be using a lot of brown. So let's put out the old leather brown is the first base for this, and then we get to do a lot of dry brushing for it, which is kind of fun. Ooh. There. So we're going to go through a lot of the brown. For this, I'm not going to use my nice brushes. I'm going to use a crappy brush because I don't want to ruin a nice brush. Should get a bit of water in there. There we go. This is probably this one's too small. I need a bigger brush. I need such a bigger brush. That's going to take me forever doing that. Quite foolish of me. Right, you go there. Let's get a nice big brush. It's been a while since I've used you. Also not great. The point is very long and it's very bendy and springy, and it doesn't get into all the cracks that I need it to, so I'm going to use one of my other synthetic ones actually. Be careful of this light. I don't want it to fall down and break everything, because it likes to do that a lot. Maybe I'll just use you. I do. This is a very old synthetic brush I use a lot of the time. There we go. That's slapping up that base nicely. Once all of these guys are done, then we move on to the Viking girl. So this was one that I started, but the face is all screwed up. To be honest, all of the faces are screwed up on these girls. We got a replacement sent through. It was better, but the nose is still a bit wonky. You can see there's this line. It's really hard to clean because it's made out of a thing which is very similar to Cyancast, and very rubbery, so it's very difficult to clip off or sand down or try and get smooth, because otherwise it kind of leaves this horrible roughness, you know, like how you would, if you cut through rubber, it kind of, it's never that clean of a cut, so it's very difficult to clean this clean the mold lines and things on Cyancast stuff. And if it's a poor quality Cyancast, ugh, it's horrible. Luckily, the Infinity Cyancast stuff is not too bad. It's pretty good, but still sometimes it can be a little tricky to work with. But yeah. Already, even just giving it a brown base is kind of giving it a bit more of a place in the universe. Getting your base painted up nicely, it's like framing a model. It's like if you don't paint your bases, or if you don't paint your rims properly, it's like making a really nice painting and not framing it. It's very important, but it's also the bit that I don't really enjoy the most. Thank God for my Vallejo kind of mud stuff that I use, because it just creates this lovely texture on the surface that's great. Yeah, for me, like some people are like, they swear by it, that's the favourite thing they do. It's like doing the bases is like the most fun that they have. It just isn't for me. It's the bit I gotta do where I'm probably gonna muck it up in some way and screw up my entire model. Tricky. That flaring coat at the back. His coattails are in the way. Alright, now it's just the move you guys out of the way a little bit. I gotta paint you soon. Oh, I'm looking forward to painting you. She's gonna be fun. That's the Beast Hunter for the Nomads. I think she's gonna be an absolute laugh to paint. That's gonna be lovely. But for now, we've got our Sterling Forge guys that we've got to still base as well. So we're gonna get that one on the go. Really enjoyed painting this guy. He was a lot of fun. I think he'll be very cool on the table. Got a bit on his shoe. Not a terrible thing to do. He's just getting a bit dirty in the sand. But I'd rather not make those mistakes. I'll just do the rim like that, it's fine. But a little bit of paint on the base goes a long way. I need some more of the brown. This was another really fun model to paint, the Nomad Engineer. She was brilliant. The Nomads in Tag Raid, just like pretty much all of them are just banging models. Yuching Beast Hunter is probably one of the best. That was a really good one as well. Got that one behind me. Kind of made her look a bit like a drow elf. With a kind of very pale complexion. A bit like what Zombie Case is perhaps doing for Conrad Kurz that he's painting right now. Wonderful Night Lords. Not worry too much about the base, I'm going to repaint that black later. As long as we get the surface right. The one I was just saying about was my Beast Hunter. My YouTube Beast Hunter is this one. So yeah, I kind of painted her a bit like a drow. I was really happy with how she came out. And there's the sword there. A bit of a sloppy NMM job to be honest, but it still, I think, looks pretty fun. That side is not great, this side is a bit better. But yeah, she's an awesome model. I love the action pose. Imagine how many more you could have with a 3D printer as well. Oh my god. I'd never leave the house. Like, I'm just printing one more. And then I've got to paint them all. Years ago, I had a bit of a gap on the side there, which we covered up. This is the Nomad Hacker. It's really cool. Another really neat model. Hello there, Layla42. Welcome. How are you doing? And welcome to the channel. Are you familiar with Infinity in the models? Oh, nice. Why not indeed? Yeah. Orcs in Termi armor. Gonna go get some. That's brilliant. Awesome. Do you have a large orc army? Or is it just something you're doing for fun? Because it does sound like fun. I mean, kit bashing orcs should be the staple thing to do, right? Right, we've got a Sterling Forge hacker here. Good thing about doing this many models, bases all at the same time, is that by the time I get to the first one again, the paint has very much dried and is ready for dry brushing. The bad news is, it's fairly monotonous work. That's what you got to do to really tie that model together. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Awesome. Way to go. It's something unique. You want to see something that's like really cool kit bashed? If you jump on our Discord, you can see Zombie Case's Night Lords that he's kit bashed, his Night Lord Terminators, and painted. And oh my god, they're full on Night Lords. They're like exactly what I'd imagine Night Lords to be. Really gruesome characters. He's done a fantastic job with his Night Lords. He's like bought so many kits to just do that as well. Like, oh, I couldn't do that. Just to get the parts he needed. It's amazing. He's now doing his own Conrad Kurz model as well, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. Actually, you know what? I can probably pop it up on the stream in a minute. I'll just do this one last model. Actually, I'll do 2 more models, and then I'll see if I can put them up.
Yeah, you've seen them. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that'd be awesome. If you can get close to what Zombie Casey's been doing, that's gonna be phenomenal. I'm absolutely in awe of that man. He's done a fantastic job, and he's so humble about it as well. But he has also put in the time for it, because my God, he's been doing those 5 models has taken him like like the year. But they look great. I remember him doing that first one and kind of getting there with it. It was like, wow, that's really coming along. Wow, that's coming along. That's coming along. And it took him a long time to do that first one. But it looked cool. There we go. Okay, I might as well do this girl as well while I have the opportunity to do the base. I might as well get the base done for her so that I can just then enjoy painting her, and she's finished when she's finished, which would be lovely. It uses up all my brown there. Again, sorry for my sniffing. It's rather annoying that the weather is being the way it is. I'm sure there's probably a high pollen count as well. I get a bit of hay fever here, but also the yellow sand from China has been causing havoc in Japan at the moment. Happens every year, but this year is particularly bad. And basically you got lots of pollution in the air. Because it's mixed with everything else that's going off in the air and sent it over here. Okay. Right, that's that initial bit of brown there. Now, the next bit up that we're going to go for is, it's going to be scrofulous brown. We're going to mix that one in with the brown that we got here, just to get it a bit less vibrant, I think. Then we'll go with a pure scrofulous. So I'm just going to mix some in there. So it's just kind of, oh, it didn't really mix at all. I guess there really wasn't that much brown there. I'll get a touch of brown in there. There we go. A nice lightish brown there. And then just gonna dab that on the paper towel, like so. And let's just test this out on the model. Ooh, what am I doing? You go on there. Let's see if this works. Yeah, just go over the top there. Just catching the tops of the earth. Just
an initial start. It doesn't know if it's a bit much on there. Because right now, still got a few more layers to go. So if this is pretty heavy-handed, it's okay. Sorry, I'm not doing it in shot, am I? There we go. Got an initial bit done on that. I'll probably go in and clean it up with a little bit more of the dark brown when I get a chance. I'm going to leave you two are still drying, so let's get you. Stick you up there. Well, I should have asked as well, your orcs, what orcs are they going to be? Are they snake bites? Goths? Or going to be commandos? What kind of faction of orcs are they? What tribe? Again, I'm not aiming this under the camera at all, am I? Alright, fair enough. Any ideas on colours that you do want to use? Have you got? Are you doing traditional green skins, or are they going to be like blue skinned orcs? Or I've seen some people like paint the orcs in like regular human flesh tones. It's like really interesting, weird. Like obviously slightly exaggerated kind of pinks and things like that, but ultimately kind of more human flesh tones, and it's with the orc design and stuff, it looks really out there. It's kind of cool. I wonder if there would be the reverse of digger knobs. Excuse my sniffing. Oh, it's getting worse. My nose is getting worse. More. It's difficult, right? At first it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. Don't worry, just keep trying. Also, a thing with NMM is it's gonna look like crap before it looks really good. There's kind of like this point that it gets to, like at the beginning of it, it looks bad, it looks bad, it looks bad, and then you kind of put on those final touches, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it suddenly works. It's kind of like weird where you've kind of got to just kind of work through the bit where it looks really shitty, and eventually it comes out looking gold. I'd say. It also depends on the kind of surface you're trying to paint and things with your NMM. So yeah, but yeah, just you know, look it up in the Discord if you're okay with sharing and stuff. I'd love to see it. I'll try and give the any kind of tips that I feel like might help you. But to be honest, NMM, it's going to take you a while, man. It's going to take a while, especially this early on in the hobby. Like, it's a technique you want to be approaching sometimes a little bit later, but it's still worth trying. Like, if you're keen to try it, it's great. Just keep doing it. But it's going to take you a while. It's good to get like a test model, a model you don't really care about, that's not going to be part of your army or something like that. But I guess, as you said, you're painting just for the fun of it. So every single model is a test model. But yeah, you just keep doing it, and then like stuff will start to click. And you'll be like, oh, that's how I do that bit. That's where I was going wrong, or this just feels right now. It'll happen. It eventually does. Say anyway. I'm gonna colour it black again. Yeah, let's start off with like the larger, darker, larger like brown areas and things, and building up from there. Where was that test model I did? So yeah, like on here. So it was still fairly. Like each highlight area is fairly large, and just getting a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. Make sure once you hit the yellow, you don't really want any pure yellow in there. That's one of the things there. 2/3 black. Yeah, that's maybe too much. You want it, and a third color. Yeah, you want, like, the black is only like a small part of it. Really, like, your mid-tone is where you're covering half of it with your mid-tone. Like with my orange is kind of almost getting half of the area, and then I'm working down, smaller and smaller. But again, it depends on the shape of the thing you're painting and everything. Is it the visors for the 012 that you're doing? Visors can be tricky. Even I struggle with visors. This is the visor I had, kind of thing, because it's just the shape. The spheres are tough. Oh, it's the shoulder? Yeah. But yeah, it's fun trying and improving, right? It's good. Okay, right. Let's move on up to just pure scrofulous brown for the next one. And then... yeah. Just go pure scrofulous brown now. Test it out on one of you first. I'll muck up the other models. I'm just dabbing it on my hand there, just kind of drying it out. And then just kind of catching surface where I can. Repaint rock later. There we go. Kind of creates the sandy muddy. Oh look, you could perhaps mix in a little bit of ivory as well into the scruff of this brown, make for one more highlight. Might try that as well. Really should use like a makeup brush for this, but I find this brush kind of works for the dry brushing that I need. Never do this with your expensive brushes. The saddest thing ever. Her feet a little bit. Yeah, I know you. Take care. Thank you very much for popping in, Layla. Good luck with the Orc Terminators. I'm sure they're going to come out awesome. I'm going to be finishing up anyway once I've done all of these bases and things. And then, what time is it now? Yeah, because it's like 12:25 here in Japan. It's getting pretty late. I think I've done a decent length streaming. I've got 2.5 hours. It's actually kind of a bit longer than I usually do, so it's kind of good. I'm surprised I've still got the energy to keep going, considering all of my sinus issues at the moment. But yeah, you take care, get some grub. Rock I've got to paint later. Oh, thank you very much. I'm happy too. If you're happy, I'm happy. cocktails again. Okay. Let's add on. Let's just try and add on a touch of white mixed in. Just a touch. Let's get this upper highlight going. I'm just going to try it on one of the other models. Oh, I haven't done you yet. Oh well. Let's do you now. So just to get this kind of more sandy look. Just on the upper. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Just brings it up a little bit more. Not very much, just a little bit here and there is kind of nice. A bit more. And you, sir. Oh, madam. And then pick up onto you guys as well. Just give you a little touch of this lighter colour. Front and back a little bit. Don't need much, just an extra touch there. There we go. Once it dries, it actually dries a lot darker and blends back in again. Which is kind of nice. There we go. Okay, that gets those guys done there. I just got this one here. We're going to get the Scrophilus first. There we go. And then finally, touch of white back in there. One in there, and a few more highlights. And then I think, what about that? What was that? And a bang, someone's fallen out of bed, I think. Alright, and there we are done for today's stream. That was lovely. Thank you very much everyone who did join, and thank you very much Fiax for keeping the chat going and keeping me going with some stuff there, and later as well. Thank you. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I'll catch you again later. I'm going to continue working on my very ambitious Blender project of doing a fully animated battle report for Infinity. So we'll be doing a bit of that and preparing for other videos and future streams, and we'll see where we go with the next models that we're painting. Alright, well thanks very much, take care everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye 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 bye.